All right, guys, it is day 3 out here at the range. We've done all kinds of crazy stuff with the Hooter Shooter. We have a Phantom Flex 10,000 frame per second camera on rent. But finally, we get to do something fun. We're moving away from the science, and we're doing some broadhead penetration and flight tests. We have 9, 10 different broadheads here, all 100 grains, and they are going to be on the front of an Exodus MMT 300 spine, coming in at about 480 grains out of my prime inline. We have the ultra high regarded iron will. This is 100 grain, I think 1 1/8 vented. We have the G5 Montec 100 grain. We have the Afflictor K2, which is a head that I shot a couple years ago. Awesome head. Also the Afflictor EXT, the head that I shot last year, shot my Kansas buck with. We have Tooth of the Arrow, another highly regarded head. The Wasp Mortem, the Muzzy Trocar, and the Ramcat. So, leave us a comment below. Which one do you think is going to penetrate the best into that ballistic gel? Okay, we're doing this all from 30 yards, so pretty typical whitetail shot. I'm going to shoot from my knees just because I feel like I'm a better shot from my knees. Plus, it's a little bit of practice for my western trips coming up. First shot, Tooth of the Arrow. Tiny little broadhead, looks cool. A lot of good words being spoke about this. We'll see how she flies. Fire in the hole! I don't know. Seems like it flew okay. Arrow number 2 is going to be the G5 Montec, the classic, coming out of a G5 prime bow. Next broadhead up is the Ramcat Diamondback. Shot Ramcat in the past, but the originals, didn't like them because the blades came loose. This is more of a replaceable fixed blade, I guess, but we'll see how it does. Ramcat Diamondback. All right. So unfortunately, I only have 3 arrows that are spawned correctly out of this bow. We've been doing this stuff all day. I'm down to 3 arrows, so I gotta pull them, go back, and figure it out. So all these arrows are the same. So we're just gonna measure from the ballistic gel to the throat of the nock, and that's gonna determine how much penetration we have. So just looking at this down through here, the Tooth of the Arrow has the most penetration out of the 3. The Montec did the worst. The Ramcat's just slightly behind. So Tooth of the Arrow, I have 17 1/16. This is the G5 Montec, 19 1/4. And this is the Ramcat, 17 1/2. Okay, first head up, second round is going to be the Wasp Mortem. This is the Muzzy Trocar at 30. The Iron Will, much anticipated. Never shot this head. Man, it's the most expensive head in the bunch. It looks sweet. Hats off to them for the awesome packaging. We'll see what it does. Okay, this was round 2. From left to right, we have the Wasp Mortem, which I had to shoot 3 times. Actually had to change heads because I had a couple errant shots. This broadhead was flying what I felt like was low, but it could have been me. So to be fair, we switched it out for one right out of the box, so we knew it was sharp. We have 18 7/16 sticking out of the ballistic gel. The next head is the Iron Will vented, which actually has done the worst one in the test so far. 18 I'm sorry, 19 7/8. You need to look at that because people aren't going to believe it. 19 7/8. Throw to the nock. And then we have the Muzzy Trocar furthest to the right at 18 inches. So far, the tooth of the arrow has still been the best. Okay, round 3 is going to be the Afflictor Showdown. We have the K2 Fixed, the Fixed EXT, but I will say this, everybody talks so highly of the iron wheels, and we're going to shoot it again just to make sure that result wasn't a fluke, because so far it's been the worst. So we're going to shoot it again just to make sure. K2 Fixed from Afflictor at 30. Afflictor Fixed EXT. This is what I shot last year. All right, these are the last 2 heads. So let's measure this. This is the K2 Fixed here. That has 18.5 inches, and I can see the Fixed EXT is just almost poking through. So that has 17 and an eighth. 17 and an eighth. Different nocks, but 17 and an eighth. So at the end of the day, I think the difference is pretty minimal between all these heads. Fixed EXT and tooth of the arrow are the 2 winners. I mean, they're within a 1/16 of an inch penetration, but we're going to shoot the iron wheel one more time. Everybody talks it up. It did the worst out of all 9 broadheads, so we're going to shoot it again just to make sure I didn't pull a shot or something funky. So I've been known to do that once or twice. All right, this is second shot iron wheel. It looks about the same. It did slightly cross into another hole. That's the only time this has happened, but we'll see. It still didn't do very good. It actually did worse. 19 3/4. I think last time it was 19 1/2. I think it was 19 1/2 on the first shot. Now it's 19 3/4. It's pretty disappointing, but it is what it is. There you have it. I'm not changing my broadhead. Mine did pretty good. Tooth of the arrow, number 1, by a 1/16 of an inch. 3/8 of an inch less in cutting diameter. So smaller diameter, had the most penetration. But after the tooth of the arrow and the Afflictor, they're all stacked in there pretty close, minus the iron wheel. That's it. That's the test. What do you guys think?